for Darren first before we start. Darren, how do you feel about being a fan of the worst football team in franchise, like just NFL franchise in general? Like, how do you feel about just being a fan of the worst franchise team in the NFL?
And before you answer, be careful because like a lot of Browns players weren't too happy with the fans of the Browns.
Yes, exactly.
They were not
Yep.
happy.
They're not happy. So I want to
Yeah.
hear from a true
Miles Garrett
Browns
wasn't happy
fan
with the Browns fans.
how you felt about the injury.
Jameis Winston was not happy with the Browns fans. Tread lightly, Darren.
So how do you feel? We know how the team feels about its fans. How do the fans feel about its team? Let's hear it from a Browns fan.
Remember, I have to edit all this.
I'm gonna be full. Like if you would have asked me if we would have done this podcast last night, I would have said so many different things. But looking at it right now, we have won, and since the draft, we have one starter that we have drafted on our team on offense, and it is Jarek Willis, who is the worst lineman in NFL history. You know who we drafted him over? Tristan Wirfs. We thought this guy was lights and day better than Tristan was. And I think how many first round picks? Obviously, we haven't had 3 in the past 3 years. How many times does this franchise have to rebuild? Or how many times does staff get bailed out of situations? Kevin Stefanski, unless something crazy happens, he's getting fired at the end of this season. No, stop.
He should have get fired. It's not his fault.
He should.
It's not his fault.
No. You know what's your fault? You know what's your fault? Calling a draw play on 3rd and 12. And he will not give up play calling.
I will say this.
It's second and 17, and we're calling
Coach
a
of the
screen.
Year. Coach of the Year is going to get fired.
You want to know why he was coach? You want to know why he was
Dude,
coach of the year last year? Matt, why was he coach of the year last year? Joe Flacco. Because he was like, I don't know. Our season's over. Let's just see what happens. Start calling plays that didn't mean shit. And Joe Flacco balled this man out last year. He was like, hey, don't worry. I got your job. See, every time, and this is what happens. We had a guy. The guy, mind you, the guy that is now responsible for the Lions being as good as they are, Dorsey. His name, I think that was his name.
Yeah,
I don't know. The GM, he built the Browns. He traded for Jarvis Landry. He traded for Tyrod Taylor, which, was short-lived because Baker came. Drafted Baker. Drafted Miles Garrett. Drafted Denzel Ward. Convinced Jimmy Haslam to take a chance on Nick Chubb. They let him go after, because that was the season Hugh Jackson got fired. Baker Mayfield broke the then touchdown record for a rookie quarterback, which was 27. And then Nick Chubb, who was a second-round pick, balled out, came out of nowhere, beat Carlos Hyde out for the starting job. Did all this stuff. Second year, they want to get a big-name wide receiver. Trade for Odell Beckham Jr. That season, we went 7-10, absolutely cleared the house. They didn't want anyone there. They take a chance on their team scouting expert. They gave Andrew Berry the keys. They're like, here you go. It's 2020. They're like, here, you try the GM spot, and we're going to get this offensive coordinator from Minnesota to come over. It's like, cool, Kevin Stefanski's here. 2020 was awesome. We were one helmet-to-helmet hit away from the Super Bowl. We were a missed call away from representing the AFC in the Super Bowl. To me, that's nuts. And then, all the Odell Beckham Jr. stuff happens. Baker Mayfield destroyed his fucking shoulder, and he's like, it's a contract year. I got to play. Jimmy Haslam's like, hey, we ain't losing. Hurts it in week 1 against, that was the Chiefs' revenge game. Hurts it in week 1. He's doing good. It's not that big of a deal. Re-aggravates it week 5 against Arizona because J.J. Watt came out of anywhere, hit him, and we're like, okay, maybe Baker Mayfield's the problem. We got this team. He can't throw right. We want to be good now. We're in a situation where this team's not going to be that good much longer. They trade Baker Mayfield for a 5th-round pick, mind you, to the Carolina Panthers. Almost gets a week 1 revenge game against the Browns. Luckily, K. Jork, who was only good for that 1 week his entire career, beats him. He has his little thing, goes to LA, balls out in LA for absolutely no reason whatsoever, and now here he is. I mean, tonight he's not having a good game, but he's still technically, even with only 1 touchdown tonight, he has 18 total touchdowns, still leading the league. You know who has 6 touchdowns and 8 interceptions right now? Patrick Mahomes.
And if you go look at Vegas odds for sports betting, for Vegas odds, Pat Mahomes still leads it with for voting for MVP.
That's insane to me.
Which is funny because I already have my take on who MVP is, but
anyway, I'll finish what I think of the Browns situation.
That comes after week 8, mid-season.
Yeah.
Which is this week right here.
Yeah, this is this week 8. But anyway, back to the actual original question. Just between, which I was getting to with we traded 3 first round. I wish I had that piece of paper I had with me, because I originally had like all of the stats laid out between Deshaun Watson and Baker Mayfield, but I didn't really find it that appropriate after what happened, because now it's just not even fair anymore. This was week 7.
Yep.
7, 5, 12. He has in 3 years with the Browns, he started 17 games.
A full season.
And 3 years. A full season. Now, mind you, Houston rebuilt the entire franchise with our first round picks.
Yeah. They're chilling.
They drafted Will Anderson. They drafted Tank Dell. Dameon Pierce. Used our draft pick to get the draft pick to acquire. They didn't use our draft pick to get C.J. Stroud, but they used our draft pick and their draft pick to move up.
Yep.
And then they used our 2024 draft pick in the Stephon Diggs trade. Imagine. Even if we didn't have Baker Mayfield, we had C.J. Stroud. We had Stephon Diggs and still had Amari Cooper.
And Will Anderson.
And Tank Dell.
I think you'd rather have Will Anderson.
This here's the thing. We're 1-6 now. 1-6 now.
Yep.
We have the highest paid offense in the NFL. Our highest scoring game has been 14. We have yet to score 20 points and have 300 yards of offense.
So you're saying
we have been
staff is going to get
they have to. They have to
at the end of the
season.
They
have to.
If not sooner.
Here's the deal. Deshaun Watson's awful, and thank God. I don't care what Myles Garrett says. I'm just some guy from South Dakota. But how do you not cheer when he goes down? Not even in like a he's been awful way, but in a moral way.
Because you're not looking at it from a Myles Garrett standpoint, the gladiator on the field, playing constantly. You're not entertained kind of guy, and then a dude's at his lowest and he's getting booed. Yes,
yeah,
he's
absolutely.
Not performing.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's not performing. He's not getting what you want. I mean, you don't see it any different. Like early in the season when Sam Darnold got hurt,
mm-hmm.
and then he came back out, everybody cheered, right? Everybody cheered. Mm-hmm. If he wasn't winning, they don't cheer.
Yeah.
Like he comes back in, they don't really care.
Deshaun Watson sexually harassed 67 women. I'm not going to cheer.
No, but I'm just saying from a Myles Garrett standpoint.
No, I get Myles Garrett's going to tell you. Yeah, he's going to be like, hey, this guy, he's facing all this adversity. Yeah. He's trying his best, but he's not.
Is Deshaun Watson a piece of garbage? Probably. He's
But
probably
here's the
not a
deal.
great guy based
If you're
on
Deshaun Watson,
what you
if you're
know of him
Deshaun
right now.
Watson, do you really care if people boo you off? Because you know what? That 230 is guaranteed, no matter if you play or not.
Yeah.
So
was-
I think that
He was crying his eyes out on the way out, though.
He was, yeah.
Balling it,
because it
balling it up.
hurt. Because it
Balling
hurt.
it up. It hurt
Not
his
because
heart.
it's a-
It hurt his heart. He was hurt
Look,
in his interior heart area.
I'm gonna say this. I didn't. Now I did cheer. I was in Buffalo Wild Wings when Austin was in there. I did in fact cheer in the Buffalo Wild Wings when he went down, but not because I was happy he injured. They needed, and what a lot of it is, I think, for a lot of Browns fans, is that they're finally gonna have to do it. Like, he is the reason why we've been losing, and unfortunately it took him having a season-ending injury in order for us. I wish he would have had this injury in week 2, because it was the only way we were going to get a fair chance at quarterback.
Season's over, right? Now your season's over anyway.
No.
So.
Jameis Winston had the best drive of our entire season.
This is what Jameis Winston does, though. That's what he does. If he plays next week, he throws 5 interceptions. He throws 67 balls.
It's
and
okay.
A guy catches 2 of them, and he throws 5
if he throws
interceptions.
3 touchdowns. You can throw 5 picks if you throw 3 touchdowns and give me a
still
win.
lose the game. And still lose
the
the game. He's not going to win that, though. That's not going to win.
But
This is what Jameson does. Jameson is fun to watch because he airs it out. He's just chucking it down the field every time. He knows one thing. Drop back, throw deep. Drop back, throw deep. That's all he knows.
It's just extra bittersweet for me.
Yeah.
For me personally, because this season I was like, I kind of came to the realization Baker's not coming back. Joe Flacco's not coming back. All of these people I have loved to watch play quarterback aren't coming back.
Yeah.
And I've just really struggled with Deshaun Watson thing. So I was like, okay.
Yeah.
All of his stuff is settled, which obviously he still has another case pending. And now they have video evidence, which is not good. Not good. But because apparently the NFL is very highly considering another suspension, which if he gets suspended one more time, the Browns don't have to pay him anymore. Fun fact.
That's why he was crying. He was like, he knew, like, this is over for me. It's over.
For me,
I
was like,
he wasn't crying about injury. He was crying about the dollar bills.
That money was gone. But this season specifically, this offseason, I followed Deshaun Watson. I followed these fan pages. I'm like, all right, I'm just the problem. I'm negative. I'm just so bitter over the Baker Mayfield thing that I just need to get out of that. I don't want to be a Baker bro anymore. I just want to view the team equally. I'm like, because Nick Chubb and Myles Garrett are still my 2 favorite players on the team. Those 2 are the heart and soul of that team. Like, that game, it was first and goal, second and goal, third and goal, and fourth and goal. All 4 plays, they try to get Nick Chubb in the end zone. All 4 plays. That's how much that man means to that team. So, just this, I finally gave Deshaun Watson a shot, and he didn't have any flashes. He was checked down Charlie. Like, when he went out in the game, he was like 9 for 12, but for 63 yards. Like, dude was just I don't think he has to throw over 15 yards.
He was gun shy out there. He seemed hesitant.
I don't know if it's a confidence thing.
Yeah,
or
I think it's that.
Line is atrocious.
I think he's lost confidence.
Like,
but
also, there's no reward for him being good.
Why don't we start with that game for our pick'ems today? Because I'm looking right at it. Ravens and Steelers, or Browns, Ravens and Browns, right? Right. So who's winning? Who's winning the Ravens and Browns game?
I think
this
realistic score 38-13. Browns lose.
38-13. Wow.
But we need to lose. We need to lose. We need to draft somebody.
Yeah.
We need to draft We somehow...
You guys need to take so bad.
Like, I need Dustin Hopkins to play quarterback this week.
I'll go with Ravens on that for sure.
We'll go Ravens. So, Thursday Night Football. Vikings, Rams. Vikings losing against the Lions in a close game. I think Vikings win this and get bounced back on the winning season,
Oh, yeah, I think
it's
so,
an easy
too.
Vikings win.
Vikings win this. They should have won this week. They should have beat the Lions.
Yeah, Sam Darnold, I don't know what was going on. He was seeing ghosts. That game. That one pick, the pick to Alice, which was it was that 7-yard out route to Allison there.
Yeah,
I think was either right. Was it right before half or right after? That was awful.
It
But
was right
honestly, he
after
bounced back
half, I think.
because I remember watching that game too while the Browns game was on. I
Yeah.
think that Sam
He did bounce
Sam
back.
Darnold Sam Darnold is riding a fine line with me between the like Brett Favre gunslinger mentality and like
Yeah.
Jet Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
Like
I don't know.
I think he
I don't
just
know
needs a
if
little
he's.
consistency.
Yeah,
He
I
needs
don't think
consistency.
he's. Yeah, I would say he's not gunslinger Brett
But like
Favre.
every time he gets confident, he makes a mistake, and
Yeah.
like that's how I see it. Like
Yeah.
every time he's like, "Oh, okay, you know what? I'm Sam Darnold. All right, I'm gonna
Yeah.
get it." And then he just throws a pass where I'm like,
The last.
especially that pick. I was just like,
Yeah, those
ah.
last 2-3 games, it's like come after the first quarter, you start to see some some issues that are coming. But then all of a sudden he comes back with a drive or two that you're like, wow, look at that, right?
Because like
But in
another thing,
but in the other games, they were leading enough to not have to worry about it. This game, they take the lead with a great drive, great throw to Jefferson for that awesome touchdown. And then they get the ball back. Their defense does exactly what you want them to do, get you the ball back, and they go 3 and out. Like that was the issue. Like that was where you're like, okay, that is the Sam Darnold that we know of making a bad decision and not and I don't know if that was his decision, bad throw, or if it was a bad play call because you kind of had two receivers in very
in the
similar
same
spots.
exact spot.
I didn't love the rollout because I don't feel like a rollout in that moment's very good because you're limiting now your options. But it was a rollout to his right, so it should be an easier throw. But yeah, I don't know. Play call wise, it just wasn't great at that moment, and then you're asking way too much for the defense, and they did a okay job still.
Considering you're playing the Lions and you still had a chance to come back as much as they did, because even though like it was kind of a back, the Vikings definitely had a chance to win that game a couple times.
Yep.
But they just failed to capitalize on that.
Not enough time.
But that being said, the Lions are so good at executing. They don't mess up. So when they do, you gotta capitalize on it.
Yeah, that running game that they have is unbelievable.
And then Jared Goff, man, they asked just enough from Jared Goff for him to be a perfect quarterback.
That play where it looks like he's going to get strip sacked and steps forward and chucks it down. That to me is like, this guy's stone cold.
Like if Jared Goff keeps playing like this, he's hands down MVP.
I mean, he's leading MVP votes right now. He's my vote for MVP right now.
Oh, 100%. It's definitely not.
Like, he's not flashy. He's not a superstar, but he's smart. I don't know what's happened to Jared Goff, but he is seeing the field in third person. He's on rookie mode right now.
To be fair, like the Rams, I mean, don't get me wrong. Matt Stafford winning a ring is awesome, and I'm very happy for him for winning that ring. But like the Rams messed up royally for getting rid of Jared Goff.
Long term, which I don't understand. Maybe long term they obviously would have been better, but like how is Jared Goff doing so well now, but he wasn't doing like this amazingly well with McVay? Like obviously he had that shootout with Patrick Mahomes the year they went to the Super Bowl, but I don't know if like the roster, like that was right before they just brought everybody in to win a Super Bowl. But
they got a great running game. They got a great offensive line.
Jared Goff is if it was Week 18 right now, Jared Goff is MVP. I hope he keeps playing well. I root for the guy. I loved him out of Cal. I liked him more than Carson Wentz, which we know I love Carson Wentz. Super happy for Jared Goff. He deserves it.
Me too. So who you picking, Darren? Vikings? Bounce back game?
I'm not saying this because Matt's a Vikings fan. I'm sniffing an upset. I don't know if it's because it's Thursday football. They're the only team. I just feel like the Vikings. This is a game where people are like, oh well, they're playing the Rams. They're gonna have an easy bounce back game, and those are the games that the Vikings lose. Those are the games that the Vikings have.
So you're going Rams.
I'm gonna sneak the Rams in here, and I'm gonna say by a pretty marginal amount. I'm gonna say like 14-24. Like I feel like it's one of those games where they're gonna think they're gonna have an easy week. You know, we got nothing to worry about. Life's good. We're playing the Rams. Short week. We're gonna have a long week ahead of us to watch the next film game, and they're just gonna expect an easy dub. And I just feel like this is gonna be one of those games where you expect them to knock the shoes off, and then they get upset because it's just a Vikings thing to do.
I will say this. I did see this thing where it was the last time the Vikings started 5-0. They perceived to lose the next 5 games in a row.
Well, because wasn't that when No, because Sam Darnold took you guys, or Sam Bradford went 8-0, right? And then he like kind of did shit.
I think it was
'Cause that
Sam
the-
Bradford's. That was Sam Bradford game. They started like 5-0, and then they lost like 5 straight.
Yeah,
and then
but then they still had that was still the same because didn't they go like they went like 11-5 that year though
I
or
think so.
something because that was the Minneapolis Miracle year.
No,
Yeah,
No.
I think so. Was
No.
it?
Well,
No.
if that was, then that would have been
Because Case Keenum came and like
it would have
saved the
been
day.
Case Keenum.
Case Keenum
No,
was the
'cause
Case Keenum was the
I
quarterback.
could have swore that Sam Bradford was the reason they went 5-0 though. Then he had an injury, and then Case Keenum came in. They lost a couple games. Then they
Well,
started
maybe.
heating up.
Maybe.
Maybe
Up
I'm
next
wrong.
is Packers and Jacksonville Jaguars. Packers win this game. Jacksonville is
Yeah.
atrocious. That one's pretty much one and done. I think we all
Yeah.
agree on that one. Up then we have another not great game. Cardinals and Dolphins. Give me Cardinals.
Yeah, I'm actually, even though Tua is expected to come back, I'm still going Cardinals.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the Dolphins on this one.
All right. Jets and the Patriots. The Jets are absolutely atrocious.
Yeah,
Patriots are not good.
Patriots are absolutely atrocious.
I want the Patriots to win so bad. I hate Aaron Rodgers with a passion. I think he is a wuss. Aaron Rodgers is just when you underthrow a guy so bad that you ask for pass interference just out of just pity. I hate it. I hate it. I hate Aaron Rodgers. I just remember prime Aaron Rodgers, and which his 2020 to 2022 campaign was really cool.
Mhm.
I just remember prime Aaron Rodgers. like that, like 2015 was so good until he's just a pansy, dude.
Hey, I'm the biggest Aaron Rodgers hater out there, but there's no way the Jets don't win this game, though.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah. Ravens. We all said Ravens.
Eagles. On that last one. I picked the Jets. You picked the Jets, Austin?
Yeah.
Darren, who did you pick?
I picked Patriots.
Because he hates Aaron Rodgers.
The Patriots Drake May is starting to get a little more comfortable. Even though they lost, they had a pretty decent game.
They did
against Jacksonville.
We all said Ravens, I believe, for this one because Darren wants the Browns to lose for better draft picks. Eagles and Bengals. Let's go
Shedora
Eagles.
Sanders, please don't pull an Eli Manning. We need you.
Yeah, it's not happening. Sorry, buddy. Eagles versus Bengals. I'm thinking Eagles. There's no way the Bengals win this game.
Bengals are gonna win that game for sure. Yeah,
you two are insane.
No, dude, I understand. You just had a great game off of a shitty Giants team. You guys almost lost to the Browns. Let's remember, you were one play away from a Browns loss. This team, the Eagles are the biggest frauds in the NFL. And I know I hate saying this because you're my friend, Austin, but the Eagles are the biggest frauds.
We're not the biggest frauds. We're not.
Yeah.
Not even close.
Yeah.
No.
Because either teams are really good or they're really bad, and then there's the Eagles, where their record is kind of okay, but they are kind of ass.
We just have to play. We have to play. We need it. All we need
every single week.
All we need is Nick Sirianni to not call. We just need Nick Sirianni not to be there, and we're fine.
Your coach.
I'm gonna say this from the shallowest, warmest part of my heart. I think that Jalen Hurts is still getting carried by his 2022 season. Like Jalen Hurts, I think is one of the most overrated quarterbacks in the NFL right now.
That's just false.
No,
I can name you a quarterback who, in my opinion, is way more overrated. And there's people out there who think he's a top 5 quarterback all the time, and it drives me nuts.
Who?
Mm-hmm.
Herbert. I think Herbert's overrated.
See, I don't hear that much about Herbert, so I don't think so.
Oh, he
used to be,
call him
this year I haven't heard nothing from him.
Not this year, but like last year and like the other 2 years, it's insane. You guys take the Bengals and we'll just win and we'll be fine. Colts, Texans, depends. If it's Richardson, Texans win. If it's freaking Joe Flacco, this is actually going to be a game, but Texans still win.
Flacco fever.
Like, I understand that you want AR to, develop more, but freaking Joe Flacco plays amazing when he's on the field. I don't understand it.
I think if you're the Colts, with the success that some reason they found with Joe Flacco, I don't know. Maybe it's Joe Flacco's thing to just come in and replace quarterbacks that are supposed to be the future and then leave and just ball out for absolutely no reason. But I think
he doesn't. He has no pressure. He has no pressure.
Darren, guess what? I live that. It's called Nick Foles in the Super Bowl. Okay, I live that. Okay. Trust me,
But
I lived that. It sucks.
if you're the Colts, AR-15's healthy. You play him. I think you lose the locker room, especially if they
He
lose
played.
under AR-15.
He played on Sunday.
Did I don't think he did.
Yeah, he played.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I think Joe
I thought I
Flacco
saw
still played
stats,
last
but I
week.
don't remember.
I think Joe Flacco still
I
played.
take the Texans. It's at home. They just got beat up by the Packers.
I am
They
going to
did
take
not
the
play
Texans.
well. Joe Mixon
Close
was
game,
playing
though.
well in that game.
Close game.
So
They
I'm
lost
going to say, yeah, it's a close
Anthony
game.
Richardson played,
But,
Darren,
it doesn't.
and he.
I don't think it matters who plays quarterback. Texans win.
Yeah, I think the game I think the game would be more fun if it was Joe Flacco, but Texans wins. Lions, Titans. Lions are gonna absolutely kill them. Like no one's stopping the Lions anytime soon.
Mhm.
It's just not even a game.
Not
Here
till
we
they
go,
play
Darren.
Vikings again.
Falcons, Bucks rematch.
Well, according to the stats right now, Baker Mayfield's definitely going to have a chip on his shoulder next week. And the Falcons, I don't know what's wrong with the Falcons right now. The Falcons and the next team we're going to talk about, the Saints. I actually thought that the Falcons and the Saints were going to give the Bucks a hard time this year, but both of them have just kind of.
Yeah, then did the Falcons get absolutely just destroyed?
Yeah, who the hell did they get destroyed by? It was a pretty not even that good team. And
like
they got destroyed.
this week.
Yeah, this last
Seattle.
week.
Yeah, they got
they
destroyed by Seattle.
Slapped by Seattle.
Seattle's good though. Like Seattle's not.
They're
a bad
good.
team.
They're a decent team. They're
But
winning
I
the
think-
division. They're winning their division, I believe. I mean, their division is ass, but
I think Baker's gonna come out. He's got that itch in him. And I think that I don't know. Baker just plays really good off of losses. So I'll take
Why,
the
they're
Buccaneers.
going to
off of
lose
that.
tonight, or did they lose already?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think it's 10 to 24 right now.
Saints, Chargers. The Saints' downfall has to be studied.
Whoa. I didn't
don't.
pick a team.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Did you
Oh,
pick
you
a
did.
team?
Yeah, I said Falcons.
You said the Falcons?
Did I not?
I don't know. That's what I was asking. I felt like we just
he just said it.
Maybe I didn't. I'll probably go. I think Tampa wins this, not Falcons. Excuse me. Tampa wins this. Tampa should have won the first game. They win this.
Dude.
They win this. I don't see them how. I don't see them losing.
I feel like Atlanta's doing this weird thing where they like win a game, lose a game, win a game, lose a game, win a game, lose a game. So, and they win games that they probably shouldn't win.
Yeah, trust
Based
me.
on how they play, and they take it till really late. So I'm going to say they win this game just because they shouldn't win this game. So I'm going to take the Falcons.
That's a pretty good point.
Kirk Cousins is a weird quarterback, man.
Saints, Chargers. Again, like I said, Saints downfall has to be studied. I mean, I know Derek Carr got hurt, but the fact you start 2-0, you beat the dog crap out Dallas Cowboys, and that was before we realized how bad Dallas was. And
yeah, that's when we thought Dallas was good because they destroyed the Browns.
Yeah, and then you put up like a whole bunch of points on people in the first 2 weeks. You don't give up any points at all, and then after going 2-0, you have lost every game since.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that continues. They lose this game. Chargers win.
Yeah, because I don't think Derek Carr or Taysom Hill are coming back yet. I think
still what's his face?
Derek's still on IR. So
what did he even do?
I have no idea. Started playing bad, so he was like, "Hey, I gotta keep my reputation. Got a hamstring thing. It's bugging me. I'm gonna be out a little bit."
Matt, who are you picking that one?
Chargers. Yeah.
Chargers, yeah.
Saints.
Bills, Seattle. I think this is gonna be a sneaky good game. This could be a sneaky good game. It's at home in Seattle. This could be a really good game. But I'm gonna say, give me Buffalo. Close game though, very close.
Josh Allen is quickly becoming Aaron Rodgers to me. Like, I'm just not liking the guy. There's something about him I'm just not liking at all. And so I'm having a hard time picking the Bills to win these games because of that. But the same thing, like the Seahawks just go back and forth. Like they just destroyed Atlanta.
Destroyed Atlanta.
And,
they destroyed
and
Atlanta.
too well. And so it's at home. I'm gonna pick the Seahawks just because it's at home.
That's not terrible.
Buffalo,
it's not
pick
terrible.
the Bills, but I pick
Yeah.
Seattle.
It's not a terrible pick.
I don't know. Something about Josh Allen is just upsetting me.
I love Geno Smith. I love Geno Smith. Hey, they write me off, but I didn't write back. I love that.
Oh, that was
But
good.
but Josh Allen, not to pick on you, Matt. I've really loved how Josh Allen has solidified himself as being the reason why Buffalo wins. Like
And
if Josh Allen, if they didn't have any other quarterback but Josh Allen, they wouldn't be winning the games they have.
they
This man has been rushing for like multiple touchdowns a games and having to putting the team on his back.
And then
And
they finally go, hey, we'll give you a wide receiver.
Yeah, and then Amari Cooper has an awesome game, which was bittersweet because he's on my fantasy. But I love the Seahawks. I want the Seahawks to make the playoffs, but I want Josh Allen to win as many games as possible because I hope as much. Like I said, I know that you hate Josh Allen, but I need someone to place for Patrick Mahomes as the poster boy for the NFL, and I'm more than okay with it being Josh Allen.
I'll take that.
That's fair. Chicago versus the Commanders. This game depends on one thing. Depends on one thing. Is Jaden Daniels, is he playing? I mean, don't get me wrong. Marcus Mariota balled out. I look at his stats. He played amazing.
I did love seeing that. It reminded me of a better day. It reminded me of 2016 Titans.
But that being said, if it's Marcus Mariota versus that Bears defense, I just don't know. So I don't know. It's hard to pick. I don't know who's playing.
If Jaden Daniels somehow finds a little like magic in a bottle and is able to come back and just do his thing, this could be like, we could look back a year from now, or like when Rookie of the Year voting comes and be like, this is the game that made the difference for either guy. I'd love if Jaden Daniels wins, it's the Commanders, or if Jaden Daniels plays, it's the Commanders. But if it's Marcus Mariota or who's their other guy? If Marcus goes down, then they got to rely on Sam
Hubbard or Heward?
Howard? Sam Hartman?
Oh yeah, the wavy hair guy.
Yeah, so I'm just if Jaden Daniels plays, it's the Commanders hands down, just because that team.
I agree.
Reminds me of RG3. They play so well when that kid's on the field. So, and plus I hate Caleb Williams.
I'm gonna go Washington. Let's go Commanders. Matt?
I'm gonna pick the Bears, and the reason why I'm picking the Bears is because I think the Bears' defense is a little bit better than Washington's defense. And so I think that's what makes the difference.
I agree. So I have a quick thing about this game: Chiefs versus Raiders. Chiefs win. I think we all agree on that, and then I'll move along. But I do say this: did you guys see the game against the Niners? Darren, you might have seen this on like TikTok or Twitter or anywhere else. But it's where Pat Mahomes is running, right? And it looks like he's starting to slow down, and he is like going out of bounds, right? And there's a defender who has a clear hit towards him, but the defender like literally stops.
Doesn't do it.
And does not do it because he's going out of bounds, so he stops. And then Pat Mahomes cuts in and goes for another like 30 yards. To me, that should be banned. Like if you're banning the fake slide, right? That what's his face did in college.
Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, if you're banning that, you need to ban that play because if Pat Mahomes is going out of bounds, it looks like he's like a step foot out.
Yeah, the defender he's giving himself up. The defender's like, okay, it's Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, if I even touch this guy, I'm getting kicked out of the fucking game.
Yeah, so
they're going to dequalify the whole team.
If I find the video again, I'll send it. I'll put in the Discord for you guys. But he is literally going out of bounds, and so the defender literally stops. He goes this. He's like, okay, and Pat Mahomes just like shimmies in and takes off.
Oh, okay.
And it's like that. Like if that happens again, light him up. Just light him
absolutely.
up. Absolutely. Take the fine.
Is
it a fine? Is it a fine?
Oh yeah, it's a massive fine, and it's probably suspension. Freaking! I showed Darren this.
Fine though. How's it a fine?
It's fucking Patrick Mahomes.
I mean,
it's Roger Goodell's little puppet.
Okay.
Regardless, because like I showed Darren this.
Unless the league is orchestrated, okay, which there's plenty of theories out there for that the league is rigged, right? So if it's truly not rigged and you're that defender, then just give him a push, give him a little push, Like, just put your hands out and run into him.
But
Why
Right?
risk it though?
But
Why risk it?
exactly, because because the fact that he's stepping out, if it looks like he's going out of bounds, they would call it a late hit. Look at I
But
showed Darren.
how would that be a late hit if he's just putting his hands out to make sure he goes out of
Great
bounds?
question.
Matt,
Great question.
Matt.
Great
You're
question.
acting like the only reason they're 6-0 isn't because of the refs.
Like
No,
Pat
no.
Mahomes is playing ass right now. He's playing terrible.
I'm trying to give the NFL a bit of benefit
I know.
of the
I understand.
doubt. Of
But
that.
I
like
don't
I
think
showed
I don't
Because
think the NFL.
I understand what you're saying, Austin. I understand what you're saying, and I think you could do that. The only problem is you're playing into a ref has to make a decision like that to be like, okay, this guy looks like he's giving himself up. The defender is giving up on because the quarterback looks like he's giving himself up. So then you blow the whistle, right? Like at that
Yeah.
moment, the ref needs to blow the whistle and say, all right, you were looking as though you're going to give yourself up, but then you decided not to, and then you tried to run. Like, no, you were clearly giving yourself up from the visual of it. So he blows the whistle. You're trying to take that into account during a game. Like, that's going to be such a controversial call in like a very tight game, right? Like a close
yeah, I
ending
know.
game. Patrick Mahomes is only he's using a rule in his favor. And so like if you're a defender, then you just need to not let that rule dictate on how the game's going to go. Like
Then
push the
you
guy
need-
out of bounds.
So if
You
I'm the
gotta push him.
defender,
Get the
if-
flag and push him.
like if I'm playing that incident and I see that, or if I saw that on Twitter, and I play the Chiefs, for example, Max Crosby always goes and tries to freaking hit that man. He said it multiple times, and if that's happening, I see Pat Mahomes like faking that. Dude, I mean, I don't care. I'll take the fine. I'm gonna let the man out.
You gotta hit him. Like
I showed Darren this video with the Browns versus Eagles game. Saquon Barkley, Matt, led in his helmet a little bit and trucked a defender for the Browns. They fined him $46,000 for the truck because he let in too much with his helmet.
Yeah, with the crown.
Yeah,
Crowning
and it wasn't that much of the crown, but Chiefs win this game. I just wanted to talk about that video I saw. I just thought it was annoying as hell.
If I'm Max Crosby, with the way that my team's down spiraling, I am gonna actually kill Patrick Mahomes to get the rest of the season off. Like I'm actually gonna just pull a Myles Garrett, rip Patrick Mahomes' helmet off, and beat him until he gags on his own blood. I am so tired of Patrick Mahomes.
Or you could just pull a Danielle Hunter and like he did when he tackled Aaron Rodgers and tore his clavicle or whatever the heck it was, or ACL. Just tackle him hard.
All right.
Just Damar Hamlin him.
Stop giving up on it. Come on, NFL. Show that you're not a rigged league. And just
Panthers and Broncos. Broncos win this game.
Yeah, I really like Bo Nix. Bo Nix is an underdog. I think Bo Nix, at the end of the day, is probably the best all-around NFL quarterback. Like, I think him going... No, I'm saying this as in,
Did you see the missed throw he had?
No, stop.
Did you see? There's two wide open players, and he completely
But what I'm saying is, he is the perfect quarterback that the Broncos need right now.
Oh, sure, yeah.
He's not flashy. No. He's not doing all... He's obvious. A lot of it's help because he's like a 27-year-old rookie because he's been in college for so long. But he just...
Broncos win.
He's
for sure.
very much, and it kind of goes with the Sean Payton thing. He's Drew Breesy.
Bo Nix is only 24, Darren.
Oh, I thought he was like 30.
He's like the opposite of Drew.
Is it really? He was a freshman in 2019.
Yeah, he's 24.
I guess.
All right, last two games Sunday night: Cowboys and Niners. Can they? Dude, I hope Niners destroy Cowboys.
Is Christian McCaffrey gonna play ever this season?
Dude, their team is so bad. They're probably going to tell him. And now there's thoughts of Brandon Ayuk tearing his ACL.
Yeah, he's out for the season. He's out for the season with an ACL.
I think
his ACL Niners, and MCL gone.
If you're Niners, you're done. You don't even try. You don't bring back CMC. Let him get fully healthy for all year, and you come back next year. Their season is done.
Okay, how old is Christian McCaffrey? Can you
29?
See, I think Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey, I think, is like one more injury away from pulling an Andrew.
He's 28.
If he's healthy, they'll bring him back.
Yeah, I don't know. This year, you're not winning your division. I think with they have no one on their team. They're playing hurt. But that being said, I'm rooting for the Niners to win this game so much.
I want the
Yeah.
Niners to win, but I don't know if they can.
I don't think they can either.
I don't think they can either,
Like
which
I know
sucks.
the
but
I know the Cowboys are like
Debo
they're
Ass.
really
probably is out
easy. They're
again.
just really easy to just say they're awful, but I think they can take advantage of a situation of playing an injured Niners team.
Yeah. And then Monday night, Giants Steelers. I think Steelers win this game pretty easily. I can't see any
I think
other.
for some reason like Russell
Yeah.
Wilson and Pickett, whatever his name is, little
Pickens.
whiner boy. They're like Randy Moss and Tom Brady on like the 2007 like Patriots. I don't know what happened, but like I personally think George Pickens hates Justin Fields. I don't know. That's like the most effort he's ever shown. So I don't know. Like it's tough. Obviously Steelers.
I feel bad. I'm scared for Daniel Jones.